Hello, yes.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming.
Yes. I want to ask about Marvel. Right? Marvel is looking for artists in Indonesia.
Yes.
And what is the criteria for the artist?
Okay, well, the criteria for any artist, be it a Marvel artist, or I'm sorry, be it an Indonesian artist, or an American artist, a European artist, is to have two things. There's two criteria that we have mostly. One is you have to have a unique style. Many artists learn to draw by, what am I trying to say here? Many artists learn to draw by looking at other artists. When you're a child, you're inspired. You try to draw like somebody. You try to draw Mickey Mouse. You try to draw Donald Duck. And then a lot of people try to draw Spider-Man or try to draw the X-Men. But you're always looking at one artist. So a lot of times you're imitating certain artists. And when you get older, you have to find your own style. So I would say there's a fine line between imitation and inspiration. So as you get older, you need to find your own style, a unique style. And that's, when I'm looking for style, that's what I'm looking for, something unique. Something that people here who read Marvel Comics haven't seen. And the other thing that's most important, the second criteria, is storytelling. So comics are not just about style, it's about telling the story. The characters have to move from panel to panel and from page to page. And we're looking for an artist who can do that almost like a movie. They change the camera angle, they have really good pacing, they know how to control the beats of the story, and that's very important. So we're looking for style and for storytelling. Those are usually the two criteria.
So it doesn't matter if it's a manga style or American style?
No, it just has to be something unique. I wouldn't go too heavy manga. Marvel really doesn't have a style. Marvel works in all kinds of style. Cartoony style, some manga style, some real style. But again, it just has to be something unique. We've seen many manga style artists over the years, but many look like copies of other manga artists. Again, if you're drawing in a manga style, you should try to take inspiration from the manga, but not just copy it.
Do you have any advice for the young artists who try to make it into the industry?
Yeah. My advice to any artist is, if you want to be a comic book artist, don't just look at comic books. That's the worst way to learn how to be a comic book artist, is to read comic books. Comic book art is still art, and art is about your life experience. So you should study anatomy, you should study storytelling, you should study life drawing, you should study architecture, you should study everything. And then look at life, that's what's the most important. The Marvel Universe is kind of, we say, the world outside your window. So it looks real, it's set in New York. But the characters are larger than life. It's bigger, people in costumes. But the truth of the matter is that underneath those costumes are real people. Peter Parker is Spider-Man, Tony Stark is Iron Man, Steve Rogers is Captain America. So you can't just look at comic books and try to draw these huge heroes. The heroes are supposed to look like real people wearing costumes. So that's always my advice, is draw everything you can in life, not just comic books. And then take those experiences and turn it into a comic book.
According to you, who's the best Marvel artist so far?
No, I can't answer that question. I work with so many talented artists that, I have so many I'm a fan of so many people, from Scotty Young to Sarah Pichelli to Chris Pacello to Mike Del Mundo to Adrian Alfona. There are just so many good artists working at Marvel that I can never pick a favorite. They're all my favorites.
How about the sneak peek for the summer 2015 project?
2015, there's a lot of companies say this, that there's big changes coming, but next year there are huge changes coming to the Marvel Universe. We had Marvel Now a couple of years ago, which kind of changed the universe. What's coming next summer after Secret Wars is going to be even bigger. It's, everyone says it's universe changing. It's going to change the way you look at comics. But what we're doing at Marvel next summer, we've been building for 6 or 7 years now. And it's the end of a long, long plan. And the Marvel Universe is going to change drastically. People are going to be very surprised.
Both in the comics and the movies?
Just in the comics. I don't really... The movies are the movies. That's something separate. I deal with just the comics. If you want something exciting to look forward to next summer in the movies, there's only one answer, and that's Avengers Age of Ultron.
Wolverine will be back, for sure, right?
In the comics?
Yeah.
Well, Wolverine's dead. Dead is dead. Nobody comes back in the Marvel Universe.
Okay, what is your favorite Marvel character?
My favorite Marvel character, I was a kid, I grew up an X-Men fan. So I love the X-Men, particularly the New Mutants. I like Danny Moonstar, I like Karma, I like Cypher. And then my main big character that I've always loved Nightcrawler.
And what is your favorite Marvel movie?
My favorite Marvel movie? It's hard to say. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that's one of our best movies ever.
Oh, yeah.
But in my heart, I still like the first Iron Man movie, because it's the first movie that Marvel produced ourselves, and also it's that kind of perfect origin story. Robert Downey Jr., when he puts on the armor and he flies, I still get goosebumps when I watch that scene.
Last question. Do you have a message for any Marvel fans in Indonesia?
I thank you for your support. I am so shocked and, in a good way, surprised how popular Marvel is here. From the fan clubs to the outpouring of love that I've had in the press and everyone coming to embrace Marvel and our characters and our culture. Just from the bottom of my heart, I can't thank you deeply enough. And if you stick along for the ride, it's just going to be getting better and better and more action-packed, and I hope you enjoy what we're doing. So make mine Marvel, make yours Marvel.
Thank you.
Thank you.